Hi, my name is George. Welcome to BacklinkBarter.com. Today's video is some basic bartering, a little bit about the barter points and the barter ID. Okay, we're going to take into account that you've already joined, you've already submitted your web page, and you've already been assigned your first barter point. So let's go ahead and let's log in so we can go into the members area where I've created a test account to get us full access. Okay, so real quick summary. You've submitted, you've got your ID, you've logged in. This is your web page submission. Real simple, just a couple questions to get some details on there so we can go out and verify your website, crawl your website, and get your barter score. So once this is all done, you get onto the barter list. So for training purposes, we're going to use you today as site number 3, or your ID is number 3, with a barter score of 3.37, and you're a photographer out of Hollywood. If you notice here, you do not see your email address, you don't see your actual URL link. This protects you in case the list gets out. We don't want you to get spammed by 15,000 people wanting to sell you links or wanting to do any of this unethical stuff. Okay, the whole point of this is that we do a lot of anonymous work, and we do a lot of anonymous so it doesn't come back on you, which is why we will never ask you to link to us, backlink to us, or provide advertising to us. Okay, we want to avoid patterns, and I'll show you that in a minute. So you're a 3.37, and you want to barter. You want to link back to you because you want to start improving your score, improve your organic ranking, get more customers to your site. So you see here number 5 has got a 3.74. You're looking at it, you say, okay, let's try this. So you want to reach out and you want to backlink from them. So all you're going to do is, you know, your score is a 3.37, you're a 3. You know, his is a 5 and he's a 3.74. You're going to the barter page. Okay, you're going to put your code in there. 3, you're a 3.37. The person you want to barter with, 3.37. The person you want to barter with is number 5, and he's a 3.74. All right, the keyword you see in there, the page that you want it to link back to, you should have a keyword. The web page you submitted, you should have a keyword, the main subject about it, the one that you're linking for, keyword, something about your page. In this case, let's say it's photography. Okay, it's probably more detailed than photography. For training, no, let's just use this. So you're going to enter your email address and you're going to submit it. You're pretty much done till you hear back from us. Okay, and I'm going to show you what's going on in the background. Go back to the barter list. Okay, you submitted a barter to try and get a backlink from this person going back to you. What I've done is I've created a diagram to show you all these sites on here and what it kind of looks like. So you have your site is a 3 and you're 3.37 and you want to barter with the 3.74 site number 5. Okay, so what you've done is you sent a request to this guy telling him you're willing to barter your 1 point. He has 1 point that was given at time of registration. In fact, let's put 1 up here for everybody because everybody gets at least 1 point to registration. Okay, so you want to barter your 1 point for a backlink. Now we're going to recommend this because that is a good backlink because you're not linked anywhere else back. It's not a reciprocal link. It's 3.74, 3.37 is going to help both your scores. So what you want is a good, relevant, absolute backlink, and he says yes. So you come back, and that's a simple backlink process done right there. So what we want to do is you're going to lose your point. So now you have a 0, and he's going to get your point. So now he has 2. And the next one we're going to do is we're going to go over why the accumulation of these points are so valuable. So he's going to do the same thing. 6.75, number 1 wants a backlink from number 2. He's willing to trade a point. Okay, they both know it's both of them. It's going to improve both your scores, so why not? He gets the point because he provides the backlink. The person who provides the backlink always gets the point. The person who receives the backlink, it always costs a point, with one exception where I'll go over in a minute. Okay, so let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, so now he's got 2 points. You got a good backlink. Hopefully the crawler will come out, improve both your scores, so now you can barter for even better backlinks. All right, so why multiple points? Why collect a lot of points? Well, this is where it gives you bartering power. So what happens is say you want a backlink from 4.47. So you're going to initiate the same process again, or number 5 is going to initiate the same process with this one. He's going to backlink for 1 point. Okay, number 6 is going to look at the number 5 score and you say, wait a second, I'm a whole point higher, point and a half higher. This isn't really going to hurt me, but it isn't going to help me as much as it helps you. So I'll tell you what, I want 2 points. So he replies back and says, I'll do a backlink for 2. Okay, you say okay. So you turn around and the points change. Now you're getting a good backlink. And now your 2 is -2. So you're at 0. He gets the 2 points. And he's at 3. So now he can barter with someone bigger and go, you can barter for as many points as you like to provide the link, but you can't sell points, trade points. We will not add points, sell points, or modify anything with the pointing system. The whole point is for points to be valuable, we don't want to keep providing as many points as we don't want to provide more points into the situation. We want points to only be generated from bartering. Okay, so we'll never sell a point, just like we'll never ask you to backlink to us. We'll never link to you. We won't ask you to advertise for us. We're neutral. We're third party neutral. We're anonymous in the background, just making sure all this process is taken care of, all the verification is done for you, so that you're getting good, natural, relevant backlinks that are going to help your score. Okay, so what we don't want to do from here out is, let's say you're down to 0 points. Okay, you got nobody to barter with. You're going to reach out to us and say, hey, I need to provide some backlinks. So we're going to say, okay, we're going to have to go outside and we're going to have to find someone who's a little bit lower, which is pretty easy. We're going to go out and we're going to reach out to somebody by themselves. And we're going to say, hey, look, your score is at 3.2. I have a 3.7, 3.37 that's willing to provide a free backlink to you. All you got to do is join up. Okay, so we may offer him a discount on the initial join up fee, but one of the primary things we're going to do is when he signs up, he's going to get 1 point. Now, because we initiated the back point, he's going to get a backlink to him, and it isn't going to cost him anything. It isn't going to cost him the point, but because you provided it, you're going to get the point. So now you have 1 point back again. You've provided a backlink. We have a new member who has a point to start bartering with. So that's the only time you will actually see us it's the only time you'll actually see us give someone a point. And that's here. And that's just because we initiated the barter to bring someone in for you to barter with. We're helping bring more people into the system to barter with, because now that 3.2 is also good to barter with the 3.74. and a barter with everybody else. So the whole point is just it keeps growing. Now what we don't want to do is, for no reason at all, we do not want to provide any type of backlink between either of these sites. Because what happens now is now you have a reciprocal link. Okay, so now you have a pattern that goes all the way back to you from here. We don't want that, okay? Because what happens is when the web crawler comes out and he sees this and he's going to know right away this is a reciprocal link. If he sees too many of these, he's going to penalize you. You're going to lose all your scoring. It becomes relevant. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't help your score. In fact, it could hurt it. And actually, enough of them or enough of a pattern, it could make it so you're not even ranking at all. So you want to avoid that. Now we do that. We do that and avoid that. Now if it happens randomly and it's because 30 or 40 of them linked back to you, 30 or 40 of them in a pattern, it's that deep coming back. It's nothing really that much to worry about. It's just the companies that do reciprocal linking, this is how they do it. This is their whole business, is based on linking everybody to everybody else, which creates a pattern. It shows you it as having a backlink, but I'll tell you, most of the time you're not getting any points for it. And we see it all the time. At least I see it. I pull reports on sites all day long, and I can see a site that has 500 backlinks but their score is still a 1.8 or a 1.9. They're not getting any points for it. I do an unethical backlink video, which is on the blog. Please go out and take a look at it, because that's one of the things I'm going to look at when I scan your site before verification, that you're not providing those kind. And if you're on that list, we wouldn't be able to take you in as a member, because a lot of times everybody who links to you is going to be impacted by that. That's easy enough to do. If you go out and you want site verification before you join, just go onto our contact page, which looks like it's right over here. Right there, we can verify your site and make sure you're not falling into any of those categories. If you're curious about those type of categories and stuff we don't allow, you can see it right down here. And this is banned sites for membership. We're very careful about who we let in if they don't meet this criteria. And they do that in protection of everybody, because we want good backlinks and good sites that are working toward it. In other words, we are working as hard as we can to be as ethical as we can. It's not the amount of backlinks we provide, it's the quality of backlinks that we provide. We want to make sure every link is scored for. So let's wrap this up. I'm going to show you a couple of other real quick barters. Okay, this guy right here, number 4, 0.13. He's got such a low score that nobody wants to barter with him, even though he's got his initial barter point. But if he tried to link to this one, he could actually end up hurting this person's score, even though it would help his. But if this guy links to too many low ones, it will end up hurting his score altogether. So we want to avoid that. We want to stay in a 1 or 2 point difference. So he's going to reach out and he's going to say, hey, you know, backlink barter, I don't have anybody to barter with. So we're going to have to bring other people in. And just like I explained earlier, if we bring them in and they provide a backlink, it's not going to cost them. Or if they provide a backlink to them, it's not going to cost them a backlink. So we're going to bring them in, and this is what we're going to tell them. We're going to say, hey, look, I got somebody here who wants to provide a backlink. So say his score is a 0.2, say he's a 0.4. Okay, let's put another one up here that's a 1.1. Okay, so we're going to bring him in, and we're going to bring all these guys in with 1 point. Now, because I bought them in with 1 point, their initial barter isn't going to cost them. Now, I reached out to them, and I told them, this guy wants to provide a backlink to you. Okay, so he's a 0.13. He wants a backlink from you. So because you have the 1 point, he provides you the backlink. Okay, but you lose your 1 point. Minus that, so you have 0 points now. It's okay though, and he gets your 1 point. Okay, I did not have to give anybody a point to that. He just provided you a backlink. Now this guy right here, I may have had to tell him to provide you a to get a backlink from you to join up. So he wants a backlink. So you have 0, so you provide a backlink back to him. Okay, because I asked him to join, it doesn't cost him anything, or it's a free backlink for him. But you still get the point. So you have 1 point now. So you can use that 1 point to barter with him and get a backlink back. This is all perfectly fine. So he provides you a backlink, he gets your 1 point, and you are back to 0. Okay, so if we clean this up, what you'll see is some new members. Number 4 scores 0. He's got 2. He's got 1. He's got 1. Now you see new members that are ready to barter. But what we can't do, again, we can't link this one together. Can't do that. Can't link this one together. Can't do that because of the pattern it creates there. So we just have to bring in new members. So what you're actually looking at is a separate bartering structure within the lower ranks, a separate in the medium ranks, and a separate within the higher. You do not have to worry about keeping track of that. That's what we do with our algorithms using a relevancy check. Basically, we're making sure that it remains natural. And by natural, we're looking for patterns. We want to avoid patterns at all costs. So what we want to do is bring his rank up so he can start bartering with these guys. So he may reach out to you on this one and ask you for a backlink for 2 points or 1 point. And you may come back and tell him that you want 2. Or you may come back and tell him that you want 3. So he's got to find somebody else to backlink to, and he can't use these 2. So we may have to pull somebody else in, and this is an ongoing, never-ending process. But the only thing you have to keep track of as the member is how many points you have and that you want to barter to get more points, and you want to use those points to get more backlinks. We'll tell you if we need to find other people, so it becomes irrelevant. The more members we get, the less likelihood that reciprocal linking occurs. So you want to tell everybody you can about it. We get as many people linking as we can, but with no reciprocal linking. Okay? Thank you for listening in, and if you have any questions, of course, go to the contact page, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you might have about the bartering. Have a good day.